There's a few people I want to thank. I certainly want to thank Warrior Traders, our landlords, the owners of this building. They were wonderful to work with. I want to thank Allegheny Construction, our contractors for the project. I want to thank the town of Great Barrington for all the variances and just things we had to go through in order to bring this project through fruition. They were wonderful to work with. So I'm very, very pleased to relate that. We're very much looking forward, as you can tell, to opening this wonderful, wonderful space. I do want to welcome, we have with us this afternoon, Betsy Andrus, Executive Director of the Southern Berkshire Chamber of Commerce, who is delighted yes. And I do want to thank Carrie Chan, and Sheila for all that they've did in helping us through, particularly the early design phase of the project, and for the contributions that Carrie gave for our kitchen, which has some updated items that we normally would not have had, and also for contributing to the Lion Dance, which we're going to have in a few minutes. And now I'm going to turn it over to Janice Martinson, our Executive Director, who will tell us how we got to this point.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you all for being here. It's really nice to look out and see so many friends here to celebrate with us. This is truly a historic moment for the Mahaiwe, and I thought I would just do a very quick recap of historic moments before that have brought us to this point. And I would like to start with this opening of this room has had so many forms of recognition for which we're very grateful. One that was quiet that you might not know about is that in recognition of the fact that this room sits on the lands, the traditional lands of the Stockbridge Munsee people of the Mohican tribe, there are some private individuals who have made donations in honor of this opening to the Great Lakes Tribal Council's social service programs out in Wisconsin, where many of the Stockbridge Munsee people live. So we thank those people for that opportunity. More recently, although it's still a ways ago, these two buildings are sort of sibling buildings. The Mahaiwe was built in 1905. This building was built in 1898. And they have run a little bit on parallel tracks. At the Mahaiwe in 1914, movies came along, and then the marquee went up, and that was in 1930. So we think of that as original, but that was in 1930, and that point is going to come back in a minute. And both of these buildings were not as loved for a while in the middle of the last century as they might have been. And thankfully, people here in this town rescued both of these buildings, and we're very grateful for that. We're very grateful to the founders of the Mahaiwe who were there in opening in 2005, and we're very grateful, as Margaret said, to Warrior Trading, who took over this building in 2019, amazing timing, and have done this gorgeous restoration and made it possible for us to be in here. So we appreciate those parallel tracks. Just a couple of things, because these are questions that people always ask. When you go into the space, you'll see that it's a very flexible space. We can move the seating and the stage and all kinds of things around. It holds about 75 to 100 people. The other question I get is why Indigo Room? Partly because when we Google names of locations, this was a unique one, but more importantly, because it references the indigo of the marquee, which is such an iconic part of this town. When you think about Great Barrington, very often people imagine that marquee. And so we just wanted to link those two places, even if it was in a very subtle way. And so now you know, and you can tell everybody else. This venue is, in many ways, a continuation of next door. Obviously, it shares the same building. We continue to bring excellent programming year-round. We continue to reach into our community and provide access to a lot of people to the performing arts. we, hold on a second. We continue to bring a variety and range of programming. And we continue our partnerships with nonprofit organizations. The thing that's new is that there's going to be a whole lot more of that. We're going to put more events on the calendar. We're going to be able to work in more flexible ways with our nonprofit partners. And we're going to offer a space that's a little more casual and a little more flexible, a little more intimate. And we're already seeing the friendships that are forming just in the short amount of time that we've been open. So, to help us officially open, make sure, please, that you have a drink for the toast. We are going to do things in a 1, 2, 3 order. We are going to cut this ribbon. I'm making sure I'm getting this in the right order. We are going to cut this ribbon. We are going to drink a toast. And then there's going to be a surprise coming through this room. And we will follow the leader into the next space. So to add to all of this, there is something that you can do once you get inside that space, which is to look for the table with the red paper and envelopes and pens. Would you explain that to us a little bit, Carrie?
So the red envelope and paper are very significant. The red envelope and the red paper are very significant in Chinese tradition. It represents good fortune, good luck, and bring prosperity. So what you can do is the paper is right next in the next room. You can fill out the red envelope with donation. It's not the matter of the money, but it is a good gesture of mutual respect and bring a good luck to the space. And the red paper, you can write your good wishes and hang it in the hallway when you enter, meaning that you have the good wishes for the space, and whoever enter the space will feel the energy that you wrote on the paper, and it's a both ways. So it's a good, very good luck and prosperity. So make sure you do that. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing us that tradition. We're really happy to celebrate that.
Margaret, I'll take your drinks, and you and Dennis can take this. Great. How about that? I got these. Careful, these are really sharp. All right. Drum roll, please. Ready? Applause! All right. Trey and
Margaret is going to give the toast.
And we'll raise our glasses for the Indigo room to lead us into a wonderful century of renewed arts for all of us to enjoy.
cheers. Who's opening the space?
Gary.
All right. Ready?
There we go.